Could you please tell us what the signs and symptoms of computer game addiction are in children?
Certainly. The first thing that will be noticed when children are showing these behaviours is that they're starting to show preoccupation, that the amount of time they're spending on this has become excessive. We're seeing that they're doing this to the exclusion of other activities that they could be involved with. So the first thing that you start to get seeing with them is that it's just a lot of time being spent on the actual activity. Now this is also being reflected in what we call salience. So for the child, it's become something they're talking about at every opportunity, it's in their thoughts all the time, and this is another concern, is it seems to have become the dominant feature in their lives. Now the other part of it that's not so easy to see, but we know is that this is all going to be manifesting in changes in their brains and in their physical development. So within the brain really needs stimulation from a whole range of different activities. But if the child's just focusing on one thing, then it's narrowing the opportunities for healthy development. So this is not a good thing. It means that the child physically is being robbed of opportunities to get out there and flex those muscles. There's not the opportunity to be able to develop the range of social skills, and they're going to be not involved in all of cognitive development that the child needs through these years. So what that means in some ways is that whilst there could be big development in this one area, there's deficits in others, and this is going to harbor badly for the future.
Could you please tell us what parents, teachers or people can do if they think a child is addicted to computer games, including preventative advice, intervention advice, and maybe organisations that could help?
Yes, well, I'm a big advocate for prevention, and so the first comment I'll make on this is that prevention is better than cure. So parents can do a lot to prevent problems by setting clear and healthy standards. This comes down to conversations about rules in the house. Now, it's important to have a discussion early on before the children are really heavily involved in looking at screens and being involved in games and all the computer equipment. So it's really important that parents have a view and have informed themselves about healthy standards and had some thought as a couple or with other advisors about how these rules should be set. Now the next thing is with rules, of course, is that they've got to be enforced. And so if you're telling a child that they're going to be able to play their game for half an hour before they go to bed, after dinner, then yes, you must enforce that rule. It's important to be there to turn the machine off and say, I'm sorry, we agreed that it was half an hour and half an hour is up and that is now over. A lot of parents are inconsistent in the way they enforce rules, and this results in the children starting to have behaviour problems, and they'll get around you. Now, for many parents, despite setting rules and being consistent and setting limits on children's use of these technologies, problems can still develop, and it may be that children are starting to show signs that concern you as a parent and you feel that your discipline is inadequate. So my real advice here is get help. Go out and start to inform yourself about the different places that are available for parenting advice. You can look on the internet and you'll find that there's lots of sites that give you parenting advice. They have phone numbers, there are counselling support agencies. So inform yourself about strategies that you can use if these things have got a bit beyond your skill level and it's got to a stage where you might need to be able to talk to someone else about what you can do. So get help is a very important point if it's reached a stage where it's just a little beyond your skills.